Hey everyone, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention here with another Marvel Rant video. This will actually be the second part of my previous one, the variant cover obsession, and this will be about variant cover homages, or AKA, let's pointlessly make a cover with a character that has nothing to do with the title. So, this is something that Marvel does a lot. Like, if there's, like, they'll have just a random cover for an event. So, the most recent one being the Venomized event. So, there's all these random covers. I remember they had them, but Mega Gears X put them back, showed them to me. So it's just even for even for the terrible crossover, it has a Venom cover as well. Why do these exist? Because, like I said, Marvel is obsessed with variant covers, and also, as Larry King pointed out in my previous video, it's also because they want to boost sales stats, so it looks like, for at least to stores, so it looks like, oh look, this was distributed and like sold very well to these stores. It's like that was just the Marvel Legacy trick, like America Chavez's comic, like that's a terrible comic, and the issue for its first Marvel Legacy issue sold about not sold distributed about over 25,000. That's a lie. That's obviously it's not a lie. It's more of a it's essentially fake news. Because that was the whole part of their lenticular thing, where you had to exceed an order in order to get access to the lenticular variants. So it's an argument which I don't. It's an argument I don't like to say. Oh well, if it's a terrible comic, why did it sell so well? It's like, that's not sales. That's just distributed to stores, and that was because they had. That's because LCS's, if they wanted the Legacy lenticular cover, they had to exceed the standard cover order. Hence why series like America, for their, I think it was their 8th issue, had over 25k. But going back to this topic, so Marvel likes to make these event variant covers for no reason at all, because there's a Venom event going on. None of these have anything to do with Venomized. Nothing. Venomized, it's its own separate thing. It's its own event. There are no, at least to my knowledge, there are no tie-in comics. So for no particular reason except to boost sales stats, Marvel released these Venom variant covers. And like exactly how Mega Gears said, Marvel will make a variant that has nothing to do with the character or book. Like, why there's so many Venom variant covers? Exactly. This is Marvel 2-in-1 Thing and Human Torch. Where's the Thing or the Human Torch? They're not on this cover. It's a Venom cover. X-Men Blue. Where are any of the characters in X-Men Blue on this cover? They're not there. See, at least this is the only one that kind of got away with it. There actually is characters from No Surrender in here. And also this one, Incredible Hulk. But those first two have pretty much nothing to do with the title. And so, as well as just like making pointless variant covers for events. They just make pointless covers in general, variant covers in general. Like, here, they made a Domino cover for Daredevil. She doesn't appear in there. If I remember correctly, in this issue number 23, she doesn't appear in this comic. So, why was there a Domino cover? No one knows. Same with this, with Gambit, with Steve Rogers' Captain America. I don't believe he appeared in issue number 19, so why is there a Gambit cover? X-Men Blue, technically, but it is the younger. This is the original characters, but the it's supposed to be the only connection is the like younger versions of Jean Grey, Cyclops, Iceman, Angel, and Beast. The only one out of place there is Professor Xavier, because he. Oh, except for the before the Poison X storyline, they did have a storyline of going back. And whoopsie, let's see. And yeah, no. So Larry King points out here. Also, those variants are look at a cover to the Defenders that has nothing to do with the book, with none of the characters in the book. They just use the Eternals art by Kirby. Yes, why? Why? Like, the whole thing with it was that it was celebrating the 100th of Jack Kirby, but really, that none of the Defenders are in this. It's just a random The Eternals cover for a series that has no connection to it. So, what was the point of that variant cover, Marvel? Like, I think what nowadays, out of the big two, Marvel is the only one that will have variant covers for events with titles that have nothing to do with it. So, go back up. Like this one, like Venomized. Like, why do there need to be these covers? They have nothing to do with Venom. You know, DC with what? Dark Knight's Metal. There was no random oh look here, here's well, let's see, let's use an example. Here's here's Aquaman number 30 something 31. Here's Aquaman 31 with their Dark Knight's Metal variant cover, but the story itself is still the Aquaman storyline of him trying to retake Atlantis. That they did not do that with Dark Knight's Metal. Same with Doomsday Clock. It's like, here's this issue of Suicide Squad and the variant cover is of Ozymandias. Like, they have nothing to do with each other, so there is no variant for that. See, DC, most recently, DC hasn't done that with any of their events, unless it was actually a title that tied into the event. And even if it did, it had its own separate standard and variant cover by themselves to be a part of the event. Like, using Dark Knight's Metal again, there was the Gotham Resistance and the Bats Out of Hell tie-ins, which used various different series. It was Teen Titans, Green Arrow, Nightwing, Justice League, Hal Jordan. Believe an issue of I think there was an issue of Detective Comics, but yeah. Anyway, like those were tie-ins, so they had their own separate event covers because they actually tied into the event because it was a storyline in that event. Like, not like this. The Thing and Human Torch has no tie-in with Venomized. X-Men Blue really the current storyline has no tie-in to Venomized. Avengers No Surrender, which is its own separate event. Wait, sorry. Crossover has nothing to do with Venomized. The Incredible Hulk has nothing to do with Venomized. Marvel. Pointless. No one wants these. No one asked for these. Please get rid of them. So that's it. That's just an extra kind of part for my previous variant cover video. That should be it for rants now. I don't have anything else to rant about. I say as I hurriedly jot down some more rant ideas. But that's it. I've got another review that I should be uploading soon. I still have 2 that I've uploaded that I need to set to public to officially release. That should be done later in the week. But that's it. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you all next time.